Hi, good evening, ladies and gents. I've just decided to record this class for you so that when you get time, you can watch it. You can try to experiment with some of the things that I'll be doing here. So, first and foremost, I would like to show you the course outline. This is the course outline that we're currently using. So, this is unit 1 that we're going to be covering. So, today I'm going to try to cover as much ground as possible because we do not have time. So today we're going to be looking at basically we just look at the overall structure of Visual Studio, the IDE, right? Because that's where you're going to be doing most of the work. So we're going to be developing a control application in C#. We're going to learn more about the structure of Visual Studio, how to use it, so that when you guys try to perform some experiments, try to play around with the programs, it will be easy for you to be in your comfort zone. We're also going to describe variables and learn about the different types of variables that exist in C#, the different data types that we have, escape sequences, the reserved keywords that we have in C#. We're going to learn about this. We're going to learn about control structures. Basically, these are the basic items or concepts that each and everyone will be learning a new programming language needs. These are the tools that you use when you're developing software. These are the basic tools. So control structures, we're talking about if statements, switch case, we're going to be looking at that. We're also going to be looking at iterative statements, which are the loops, the for loop, the while loop, the do while loop, the for each loop. All these loops, we're going to look at them. We're also going to look at arrays, how to declare arrays, how to assign values to an array, the different types of arrays that we have, the special array class that we have in C#, and the functions that are associated with the array class. We're going to learn that. We're also going to learn more about boxing and unboxing. Why do we need boxing? Why do we need to unbox? We're going to learn that. We're also going to learn structures. For some of you who have done C++, we've done some structures in C++. We also have structures in C#. We also have enumerations, that is enum types. We have these in C#. We're also going to learn about access modifiers. We've got about 5 access modifiers in C#, private, public, internal, public, internal. We're going to learn about all of those things. So if you allow me, let's go to, I'm going to assume that you've already installed your Visual Studio 2019. Even if you have Visual Studio 2015, 2017, it's still no problem, right? You can just try it and find your way to the application that you'll be using, right? So once you load your Visual Studio, I'm not going to show you how to load it because it takes time. It's quite a heavy program. When you get this page, you go to you click the create a new project icon. You have to wait for it to create a new project. New project is now being created. So I'm just going to pause because it might take time, so that I'll just pause and come back. Right. So when you click on the create new project, this is the page that you're going to see. So you are going to select from this list. As you can see here, we've got different drop-down boxes that you can use to select the application that you want to use for development. So this first drop-down box, it shows you the list of languages that we have, that are installed on your machine using the Visual Studio. So these are the languages: C#, C++, F#, Java, JavaScript, Python, query language, TypeScript, Visual Basic, XAML, all of these. XAML, we usually use this one for mobile application development, because with Visual Studio you can develop cross-platform mobile application platforms using XAML, using C#, all of this. These are the different platforms that we have: Android, Azure, iOS, Linux, Mac OS, tvOS, Windows, Xbox. These are the platforms, the target platforms that you'll be targeting as you develop your application. And these are different types of project types: in cloud, console, desktop, extension, games, IoT, library, machine learning. You can even develop machine learning applications, sim analytics. There are quite a lot of them. Webs, right? So since we want to develop using console applications, in C#, we're going to click the very first icon here. So you click this one. Next. Then we can write this one as our application. We call it introduction. You can just call it introduction just for the purposes of this class. Introduction, because this is going to be our first one. Now it's right. So this is our application. This is our dashboard that we're going to be using to write our program here. As you can see, this is the solution explorer. This is where we find the items that are combined, and these are the items that constitute or comprise of the project that we are developing. Right, when you develop this project, when you create this project, automatically it comes with some code for you. For instance, it will generate a default class for you. It will also generate a default static method for you. As you know, this is the main method. It's the entry point for each and every application in C# is the main method. And C# is case sensitive. This main method should start with the capital letter. If I change this capital letter, the program generates some errors. Right, so this program that is just been created automatically, it just prints hello world on the console. So if you want to run the program, you click this icon, this button. This is what you use to click to run the program. So we can just experiment. Let's run the program. See what happens. Run. Right, so as you can see, the words hello world has been printed on the console. Right, so if you want to launch another project, you can just click here, open project solution, and then if you want to start another project, a new project, you just click the new icon, and you click the project icon. So basically, this is how you work in this environment. And if you want to do some Python, you're not going to do Python. So let's stick to the solution explorer. Right, so I just want to just enlarge the screen a little bit. Characters right, so this is basically how you launch an application, console application using Visual Studio, and this is how you begin to write your program in C#. So C# is a pure object-oriented programming language. Why do I say it's a pure object-oriented programming language? It's because each and every line of code that you're going to write in C#, there will be objects and classes connected. Right? You need to use static functions that will be invoked via a class name. You need to invoke some objects for you to access some functions. Let me give you an example. In this code, everything is within one class, right? Basically, a class is a collection of various members, such as functions. This is a function, such as variables, such as indexes, quite a number of members of a class that we're going to learn about. And also, it can also contain what we call an instance of a class, which is sometimes described as an object. An object is an instance of a class, right? So Let me give you an example from what we have right here. In this program, we wanted to write something, to print something on the console. So in order to do this, we had to use a method or a function called writeLine. And this writeLine function, we had to access it from some other class. So there's a class called console, and this class called console has got several functions. So if you want to write something on the console, you have to access the writeLine function from the console class. Right? We are going to learn about static members. What you need to know is that this writeLine is a static function because we did not instantiate an object for us to access the function. We simply just had to write the class name so that we could access it. Right? So if we want a user to enter something on the screen, we use a function called writeLine. Sorry, readLine. readLine. Sorry. What's happening? readLine, right? readLine. readLine will write something, right? But you have to assign a variable, right? For example, here you can assign string name is equal to console readLine, right? Then if you want to print the name of the person, I don't know what's happening here. Today it's slowing, so slow today. Right? writeLine. Name entered is right. Then here concatenate, write the name of the variable. Then you should always terminate. In C#, you always terminate. Same. Right? The name entered is same. So basically, this is how you know Mashandra later with C# and Visual Studio. So in the next video, we're going to be looking at we're going to be digging a little bit deeper. Because right now we're just demonstrating how you develop a console application. So in the next video, we're going to be looking at variables and data types.